Best expansion ever. Worst expansion ever. Dragon riding. Worst feature to ever been in the game. Best feature to ever been in the game. It's been 1 week of what is probably going to be 2.5 years worth of patches, tuning, tiers, bosses. Like, we do not have an idea of the scope of content that is probably in the back burner just waiting to be unleashed on us. We don't. We really don't. And to say any of the things that I just mentioned, it only 7 days into an expansion of a game that's been out for 18 bloody years. No. There's been so many different types of changes internally that we are unaware of as to how things are being developed. Well, except for Preach. Preach understands more than anyone else just because he was on the front lines just before the expansion launched. Go watch his video. Insane. Really, really good. And props to Chris for amazing editing. God damn, that guy is so good at his job. Anyways, I digress. But point is, we can't proclaim any of those things only 7 days in. I'm going to give you my thoughts and feelings about my experience thus far. Let me quickly talk about my experience when it comes to the launch. Okay, I'm on Sargeras. I'm lucky. I'm always been really, really lucky when it comes to launches on that server. They've always been, for the most part, fairly smooth, with the exception of Warlords. I will never shake off that launch experience. Anyways, I was lucky and I got on the first boat. But what I thought was hilarious is when that countdown timer was ticking down, and it hit 0 and it said unknown arrival. I couldn't help but laugh my ass off seeing all of the chat bubbles explode of various meme-worthy content, like rigged, fake, like delayed expansion, like stuff like that. It was just funny just seeing an explosion of that, like, simultaneously as soon as those words appeared in that timer window. Is great. But then we only sat around for about like 6 minutes or something like that, 10 at the most, and boat comes, go on boat takes us. However, I've witnessed this a couple of times, and it always makes me laugh no matter how many times I've seen it. You'll always see those jackasses on the boat that will always try and trick shot their character and be a little cheeky and like jump off and get back in and jump off and get back in. Inevitably, I counted 6. And bye. My only reaction to that was less lag. Even if it's by like a 10,000th of a percent difference. Bye. You guys want to try and trick shot your characters? Off the boat you go. Anyways, I always get a kick out of seeing people just screw themselves over. Because apparently, from what I heard from the grapevine, is that if you missed that first boat, you were waiting for a little bit. I don't think we got the teleport fix. All the same, I got on the first boat. I missed that mayhem. That was good fun just to witness right out of the gate. But anyways, I didn't go. I took a different approach to my launch experience. For the launch of BFA and Legion, I was trying to stream on Twitch at the time and trying to work a full-time gig at the same time. Oh man, that's so difficult. I don't know how people do that. Anyways, and I just did 24-hour stream, just burned through it. I still have those streams recorded on my hard drive, and I just 24-hour burned it just because I physically can. I didn't want to do that this time around because I'm working in retail right now, and we're balls deep in the holiday season, and I'm wrecked, and so I just can't keep up. So I knew I just had to kind of conserve my energy. So I just did moderate leveling, tried to take in the questing, the sights, the sounds. Oh, that was another thing. I turned all my sounds on. Music loop turned it all on, made sure I had no other distractions around me, and I did try to focus on a little on the questing. However, I will admit I started skipping really fast once I started looking at the time and going, I'm not 24-hour burning this. I have to kind of get my ass ready to get prepared for, like, get gearing for raiding and stuff like that. Because I plan on raiding Mythic, and like I'm signed up on my guild calendar and everything. And just my name for every single one, just signed up. So I need to be prepared. So that includes making sure I understand what's necessary for gear acquisition, how to properly gain reputations, crafting. Oh, crafting! Holy shit! I fucked up. Oh man, I screwed up on my crafting. I screwed up on my crafting. I meant to specialize in freaking pauldrons. I meant to specialize in the freaking shoulders, and I ended up specializing in the freaking helm. Why? Because I was tired, I wasn't thinking, and I was high as hell. Anyways, I hope it pays off somehow in the end. But either way, so, and also I have to quickly learn the fights, whatever content that's out there that I can learn from, because I do want to try and perform well in raid. Because if I'm going to be in a group setting, I want to be a team player, and that means being prepared. And so I have to do my due diligence. So anyways, so once I started realizing, I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to run out of time as far as like having to get rest, make sure that I get my butt ready to get back to work, which shout out to my manager for giving me 2 days off right after Black Friday. Give me an extra 2 days off on top of my 2 regular days off. Give me 4 days for the launch to experience exactly what it is I'm talking about. So thank you very much for that. So, and then, yeah, I wanted to focus on the story, but I'm just like, I gotta wrap this. I gotta wrap this up like quick. But don't get me wrong, the voice acting has been so good, which actually got me to thinking once I got max level and kind of see what end game looked like, or just what max level looked like. And I was astonished as to how alt-friendly it could be. We don't know how alt-friendly it will be. We can only speculate based on the information and content that we currently have. So far, it's looking like has potential of being really good, really alt-friendly. It's been really, really interesting watching Twitter and Race the World First guys posting their posts about how many characters they've max leveled and how many freaking world tours they've done in Mythic Zeros. Oh man, the most recent one that I can recall, because I have a crap memory, is Sleuth's, was at 12 characters, 96 Mythic Zero runs. Holy crap, man. What a machine. So, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take Bellular's suggestion, get immersion, and like take in the story, but I'm gonna I'm probably gonna end up attempting to do it on an alt character if time permits, because this is something that we all struggle with these days. So I will take that suggestion. I'm going to put into play. Make no mistake, I'm still going to watch all of the lore crap from all the usual suspects to try and at least like be somewhat interested in what is actually going on in the game that we're going to be spending a whole lot of time in. Because like that was the one thing I really liked in Legion, is that I didn't really have a attachment to like a reason to play Legion other than it's just another expansion. But then I started seeing cinematics and seeing how much of a dick Gul'dan was, and I'm like, I want to kill him. Like, I hate that dude. I hate that orc. He dead. He dead. I don't know. I thought he was that much of a dick that I just wanted to whoop his ass, and I did. Sadly not on Mythic. Heroic did. I was close on Mythic. How close was I? Couldn't kill him. I know Elyson, we killed Elyson. Yeah, we just couldn't. I got 10, 11 Mythic on that one. Yeah, couldn't do it. Anyways, so, and like the story kind of like held on to, like I attached myself a little bit onto the story for Legion, and watching all of the like Bellular videos, Platinum WoW, Novel, like all of those guys' videos when talking about the story, and And I plan on doing that still because this expansion is looking like it has the potential of actually giving me that hook. And that's something that I desperately crave when it comes to pretty much any video game, to be honest. But make no mistake, I love raiding. I absolutely love raiding, and I'm going to do everything I can to be as prepared as humanly possible within the knowledge and means and skill that which I can. Anyways, dragon riding. I just want to quickly ramble half-ass about dragon riding. First off, huge props to Dratnos. Oh my god, the video where he gave the tip. I'm sorry I'm rambling, I'm tripping on my words, but this was such a freaking good unlock that I wish people would understand it more. Because anytime I see on Twitter people complaining about how dragon riding sucks and how they wish that they had the old flying back, which by the way, when you go back to Storm, like I went to Stormwind to the Darkmoon Fair to get my reputation buff, and I was forced to use a 210% flying mount. I was like, the hell is this? I know I can go faster, but I can't. Holy crap. Anyways, Dratnos, his tip, point the camera up using your number 2 ability and just press it. Like, get 2 shots and it's insane. And then tilt your camera back and shoot forward. Oh man, you can clear so much distance. There's been a lot of times where I'm out doing hunts. I just got my 100th turn. I'm not sure what that means, but 100th turn achievement on that last night. Anyways, where you have to just bounce from one area to the next. And there's times where guys will take off like before me, and I'll use that little trick Dratnos suggested, shoot over, and I'll beat them every time. That is such a good tip, man. Thank you so much, Dratnos, for that one. That was cool. Anyways, dragon riding, I've been enjoying it. I can easily here's the thing. I have all my glyphs unlocked. Yes, I used an add-on for it. However, here's my reasoning for it. Because Nixium, like, is giving people crap for using add-ons and whatnot to find all the glyphs and quickly snap them all up, because you do it once per account and that's it. Here's my reasoning for it. I 100% agree with him. If you're into the exploration, that place needs to be explored. Get on your dragon. Don't have add-ons. Go for it. The reason why I did it is because I wanted the speed. Because I knew I needed more charges and I wanted to go faster. And I knew I had the capability to do so. And because I knew that was the unlock, I just said, screw it, go for it. But I also knew that, again, at the very beginning of this video, I said that we're going to be in this expansion for like 2.5 years. We're going to be flying around this place a lot. We're going to be exploring this place a lot. I'm just kind of speeding up the process a little bit for just greedy means of just getting from A to B a little bit quicker. Mostly, especially when it comes to like rares popping up and stuff like that. More importantly, it's been huge for those hunts, those grand hunts. Oh man, getting all the glyphs unlocked and do those hunts has been so good. But at the same time, the exploration and the means behind it, I get, and I commend them for it. Hell yeah. And those high point flags that you get in zones, that's one thing I won't do add-ons for, is finding those flags at high points. I'm going to leave those ones alone. Even though they're gated behind reputation with the Dragon Scale Expedition. And if you get the Darkmoon Fair buff on top of it being a human, that's 300 rep a pop, right off the hop. And I'm just like, that's one I'm going to leave exploration for, is for those high points, because I cannot believe how freaking high you can get with those dragons. Because with Dratnos' little like camera trick shooting up, use all 6 charges, and if you have to time it really well based on the latency of the server that you're on. One thing that I've noticed is that the latency in the Ynnari Plains is freaking horrendous. No, there's your span. No, the lag there for some reason is freaking horrendous. Or anytime that a grand hunt is going on down there, The lag is crazy, and I can't use that ability because there's too much lag for it to register that I'm pressing it a second time and I lose the speed. So if you use all 6 charges, but you time it just like a microsecond before you lose the speed, by the way, Bellular suggestion for using the Dragon Raiden UI Weekara string. Holy crap, that is, I needed that. I can't Dragonfly without it now. I just can't, because I utilize that kind of similar to what I would, as far as gauges and stuff like that, go in race games. It's now become part of like how I fly. It's just because I use that as a visual means of knowing how my dragon is panned and stuff like that. So, yeah, the height, the distance that you can cover is insane. But the size of these zones is even more insane, because you're on the ground. Because when you screw up and you get grounded, and you're stuck on the ground for like 45 seconds to a minute, and you're just hoofing it from A to B, like, you get a sense of how absolutely enormous these zones are. It isn't until you get way up and you start going and you're seeing your speeds clipping at like 1,300%, and you're just booking it, and you're just seeing the distance meter on your map just ticking down like so fast, like from a full kilometer down to like a few hundred meters in like seconds. So I'm like, hell yeah. So I don't know why people want to go back to something slower. Honestly, if enough people get behind it and perfect it, and they find means of evolving the system more, there is absolutely no reason why they can't just say, screw it, throw it out there for it to be used in the entire world. I'm hoping that is the direction that they go, because Asmongold is right. Those 210 mounts, they still serve a purpose, a huge one, because Dragon Raiden is involved. And I think that's what pisses people off the most when it comes to this new form of transportation, is that it's involved. It's skill based. I tried hitting a couple advanced courses. I can't remember which ones they were, but there's a couple where I'm just going. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm like, I thought I was just doing magnificent. I'm like, oh, this is the best one I've done. I'm like, hell yeah. Boom, hit the finish line. I'm like, I'm gonna revel in my success. Let's see that time. Fucking bronze, what? No. What? No. You're telling me gold in 45 seconds. That just took me 56. And I nailed it. Not realizing that I still had like half my charges and I wasn't using my big burst. And yeah, so not nearly as good as I thought. Very skill based. Very skill based. And again, I think that's why people don't like it. And you know what? That's okay. Sorry, but get good. It's fun.